Supreme Court on the other side of Washington is gearing up for what observers call a blockbuster legal showdown. Justices are set to hear a major case Wednesday challenging President Trump's use of emergency powers to impose global tariffs. Now, Trump says the policy is central to his economic agenda and warns that striking it down could be economically devastating. Opponents argue the tariffs have driven up costs for American consumers and businesses and exceed the limits of the president's authority. And joining us now is Brad Jacob, Associate Dean and Professor at Regent University School of Law. Brad, welcome back to you. So the president had teased that he might attend oral arguments. He's since backed off. But from the outset, can you build a framework for us? Explain what's at stake in this case.
Well, the president is claiming that he has emergency powers to set tariffs with foreign nations. There are so many legal questions around this. One is, are we in the sort of emergency that he talks about? But a more fundamental question is, does the president have any power to set tariffs, which are taxes? And the Constitution is very clear that it is Congress that has the power to tax, not the president. And so there's a lot of different directions the court could do here, but the president has made it very clear that if the court says he does not have the power to unilaterally set and change tariffs, which he's done, as we know, a lot of, that he views this as a disastrous outcome for the United States.
Brad, I think one of the central issues that you hit on is tariffs. Many economists, many legal experts see tariffs as a tax. The president, his administration says it is actually just using or regulating foreign affairs. So how do you understand the International Emergency Economic Powers Act? What's your reading of that?
Well, it doesn't use the word tariff. It does say that when there is an emergency, the president may regulate foreign trade. It did not specifically give him a power to tax. One of the problems is these tariffs are not being paid by the foreign governments that the president claims we have an emergency with. The tariffs are going to be paid by companies selling goods into the United States, who will, of course, pass that cost on to American consumers. So it ends up being a tax on Americans. If the court buys the president's argument that this really has to do with foreign affairs, then the president's powers look much stronger than they do if you simply view this as a taxing case.
You know, some legal experts say that this case hinges on what's called the main questions doctrine, which the Supreme Court recently used to strike down what it viewed as overreaches by both Presidents Biden and Obama on school loan forgiveness and the environment, respectively. Given the court's makeup, how do you think they'll approach the Trump administration's arguments on the main questions doctrine?
So you've really got two different issues. One is, can Congress give this power to the president? And the other is, did Congress give this power to the president? The major questions doctrine asks whether Congress did give that power. If it's really a big, earth-shaking kind of power, wouldn't Congress have been upfront about it? If they wanted him to be able to set tariffs, taxes, wouldn't they have said that clearly in the statute rather than have it be kind of an implication from other language? Justice Scalia once referred to the major questions doctrine with the phrase, you don't hide an elephant in a mouse hole. That if the president is supposed to have this big, important power, Congress should be clear and upfront in giving it to him.
Reminded now that Scalia had all those great one-liner quips. Brad Jacob with the Regent School of Law, thank you so much for your time, for being with us.